Hey there, Sean Bailey, the Sales Funnel Nerd, and let's move along here with our three core funnels video. In this one, we're going to be talking about webinar funnel, webinar funnels, and kind of ways to adapt them here. So with a webinar funnel, it's about getting someone to sign up and attend like a live event versus some type of sales letter, sales message you have afterwards. You're getting to come on something where you're going to be doing something live and then selling something to them, promoting an offer to them afterwards here. So let's talk about ways that we can use and the way that webinar funnels can work for your business here. So the first and kind of main way that people use webinars is to do basically a webinar a week where it's structured out that certain days are done for promoting, the webinar happens on a certain day, and then there's follow-up. So I'll kind of show you an outline of each of that in a sec here. You can also use the webinar to test out a product idea. If you're not selling something that's specific, something that you've already got done, you can use a webinar to kind of pre-sell an offer and then build it out with future webinars. The next one is what's called an invisible funnel. Now, once you've done some lead generation, you've got a list of people, you can present an offer to them that says, check out this offer here, pay $1 right now, watch this video, this awesome presentation, this training that I'm going to give you. If you like it, then I'll bill you the rest, the additional $48 or how much ever you sell it for. And that way, most people are going to, let the billing go through if your product is good on what you deliver. And then at the end of that presentation, because they've already paid to be there and view this, from there you're going to, wrap it up essentially, and then say for anyone else who's interested in some even more, additional training, some higher level training, stick around because I've got, something to talk about. And that way people can, they'll know what they're getting into as far as what you're, presenting further. For the main portion of the training, that's been delivered, so then you're good on that. And like I say, as long as it's good, you're not going to have to worry about anybody really refunding or any problems with that. Now, the last one is what's called an automated webinar. So it's kind of a little bit more advanced, but I'll kind of explain how it goes in that essentially it's a webinar funnel, but it's done in a way where it's, set up and it's repeated. It happens, you can have it happen each day, multiple times a day. And again, everything, the follow-up, the email sequence, all that stuff is automated as well. So let's jump into it and talk about a weekly webinar. If you were to do a weekly webinar series here. So with a weekly webinar series, as it's laid out here in the map, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's all about getting people to register for the webinar. Even on Thursday, right up essentially to the last minute. If it's going, the webinar's happening at 6, you can have your lead generation, getting people to register, going right up until, 10 minutes to. You don't really have to cut it off too much in front. But it's all really about getting people to register for the webinar, and then on the webinar, you're going to have a confirmation page. Now, to really offset your advertising, you want to have a small, maybe a self-liquidating offer, some type of tripwire offer. It could be even higher. I've seen upwards of $97 products being offered right from the confirmation page. Now, whether or not people take that, you will hopefully have a percentage that takes it, and that essentially can offset your advertising cost, and build this list of webinar registrants for free. Now, when people are signing up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and going to your registration page, you can have it set up in your autoresponder so that people are going to what's called indoctrination pages. So these are just videos where you're going to be, explaining whatever on the webinar, and these webinar pages kind of give them more information about it, more information about you. You can set these up so that they happen, so that people get taken to a page on Tuesday, a page on Wednesday, a page on Thursday, and it's all automated. It's fantastic. But the main thing is that after the webinar, you're going to have a replay on Friday that your email autoresponder, that your marketing software is going to send people to. And then on Saturday, you're going to have the replay plus what's called Cliff Notes. And then on Sunday, you're going to have, this is going away or this offer is increasing. And then you go and then do it again this next week. Promote your webinar. So this is for if you're selling, it can work for products, services, whatever, but this happens each week, and as you can see, it's very structured. So with a webinar each week, you can see it's really simple as far as the layout. So we've got our landing page where people register to be a part of the webinar. They find out what they're going to learn about on the webinar, and as well who is putting it on, a little bit of information about them. So when they click and throw in their information, it says, thanks for registering. So we've got some things we want to definitely tell them to bookmark, maybe a certain location if we're doing the website and it's at a particular URL. We want to let them know the time and date, tell them to put it on the calendar. We can have a video, always have some type of video. Even you don't have to be on camera. It can just be static video showing information on a slide, but let them know what's going on. Right, some type of video automatically plays and thanks them, lets them know essentially all these steps. Even though these steps are on the screen, just even reading them out and letting people know what to do. Now from there, we can also include some type of, an offer, a button that takes them to, another page where we've got some sales. Now that could be done even through our indoctrination pages, and that's on the far right here. So with those 3 indoctrination pages, essentially that just throws them 3 videos over 3 days. Now from that point, they might get enough from those videos where they don't even need to go to the webinar. They're interested in what you've got to offer. They click and get taken through, and they have an opportunity to buy. Right, we want to make sure that we have that in place just in case we have someone who's a hyperactive buyer and is immediately enthralled with your product and just wants to go ahead. Now, as we talked about, we can take a product idea that we want to test here. Now, maybe we've done a survey funnel. We know all about our customers, our potential customers, gotten a bunch of information from them, and we've essentially outlined a product. Now, we want to test this product. We're going to break it down. It's going to be delivered over, let's say, 6 weeks. And what we do is we promote for our webinar Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, get people to the registration page. There are no indoctrination pages, so just imagine that part there at the bottom is gone. It just goes to a confirmation page. Again, even if we don't have a product from that confirmation page, that's fine because we're going to run our webinar on Thursday. And we're also going to have, a replay on Friday. We can kind of incorporate and adjust the back end there. But it's really about running that webinar on Thursday and getting people to buy, making sure that you actually have a class of people that are interested. So if enough people take interest, then all we do is we finish off the rest of our course outline, and then the course is going to be delivered. Just run a webinar every week after that. We record our webinar, and then once the course is actually done, turn it into whatever multimedia aspects that we need. If we need reports from it, cheat sheets, slides, audios, transcripts, all that kind of stuff. And then from there, we just transition to either a sales funnel where people get sent to it on the back end, or a webinar where we go and sell our completed product and people go and sign up, and you just keep doing the same awesome webinar. So there's lots of ways to take it, but this allows you to go and test a product idea, and hopefully it should convert and should work well because you've done your research right, but you don't have to go and create a huge monstrous product and invest months and months and a bunch of time and effort. So this is a nice little shortcut to creating a product. So next one is what's called the invisible funnel. So essentially we promote people to go to a page and purchase, and essentially it's kind of like $1 now, and then we'll bill you, tomorrow or 24 hours after the webinar, or it can be a shorter time than that, 12 hours after the webinar. But basically, people are going to invest, and if they like the presentation, they get value from it, they'll allow themselves to be billed. If they don't, they just contact you, no big deal, and they say, hey, don't bill me for this. Right? You might get a few people that actually say, don't bill me for it, but if you've done it right, the way that I show you, then you won't have to worry about refunds. Refunds won't be a problem. So you go and put on your presentation, your premium training there, and what happens is people love it. They go through with the billing, and at the end of that presentation, you say, hey, I hope you covered this. I hope you thought this was awesome. Let me know what you think. If anyone wants any additional help, I've got some really advanced training here, but it's really awesome if you're interested in it. And then you can just have a pause and wait for people to step off if they don't want to go any further, and just say, so for those of you who are interested, here's what I've got. It's all about this. And then people from there, you've got your high ticket application. This is how you get further kind of one-on-one, move people up the product line, so to speak here. So the last one is the automated webinar. So you've done a webinar, and what you can do is you can set it up so that the whole thing essentially is completely automated. So people sign on, and what happens is people come to this website and they see there's a webinar that's going to talk about how to get all the copywriting done. They see the next web class is at 3 p.m. Now you can see by the time there. So I was there at 2:45. essentially, because it's that will reset. So at 3 o'clock, what'll happen is it'll say the next web class is at 4 o'clock and register. So you can actually go and have people getting on and joining these webinars and buying each hour of the day. And this thing just runs automatically. It sends out the notifications to you. The video plays. It seems like it's live, but it's actually a recorded kind of event there. And you can have it set up so that even if people will type in questions, they'll get a response on the other end, because essentially someone is there to answer their questions, but you aren't there, and the whole process is automated. Like I say, it's kind of advanced, but it's really awesome stuff. And if you've got a proven winner, this is a good way to set it up so that it all just runs hands off. So that's it for the 3 core funnels and how they can kind of be changed and adapted into other funnels. I will see you in the next video.